Hi, I'm Ellie, a self-proclaimed adventure filmmaker based in the UK. Over the last year, I've been taking on more and more solo challenges and pushing myself further out of my comfort zone. So, this spring, I decided a trip was in order, and I packed up my car and headed out into Wales with no distinct plan on where I was headed or what I was doing, just the way I like it. Look at that! Well, no wonder this hostel has spaces for tonight. It's in the middle of absolute nowhere land. So I might be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that across the valley is it. That's the hostel, and this is where it is. So I've got the entire place to myself. It's just me and the warden. So I'm gonna go dump my stuff inside and have a little explore. So this is my room. I get it all to myself. Oh, what's the view outside? Oh, it's only the mountains of Wales. I just realised that this is the light switch, and I was like, oh cool, why does it look so funky? It's because that is the light. My plan was to come to a hostel and charge all of my camera gear. I'm not charging anything here. This must be the solar panel that runs the whole thing. That is amazing. I'm gonna go hiking now. I don't know which hill I'm going up. There's a few to choose from. But I'm figuring just like follow like there's a bridleway that goes past the house. So I'm just gonna follow that and hope that it goes up. I hear the distant calls of a waterfall. Let's see how big it is. Myself and the warden sat together to drink tea and read. It was a wonderfully peaceful way to start the day. The hostel had absolutely zero signal for miles around, so it was really the only thing you could do. And it was clear to see that that's just how this guy liked it. I never did catch his name.
You know there's another hostel at Tin Cornell.
How far away is that?
It's only, by walking, it's only about 5 miles.
I donated one of my finished books here. It felt like a fitting place. Bit rainier this morning, but bye house. How perfect is this? The only radio station that works is the one that's in full Welsh. While heading into civilization and making plans for the evening, I jumped on a phone call to the Youth Hostel Association to see what hostels had availability for that evening, and I figured wherever had somewhere to stay was wherever I was supposed to end up.
I cael darllen yn ddysgawn, ond beth chi'n neud yr awdurdod yma as well, ydych chi'n ffeindio awduron eraill.
Those are two options. It was Borth or Llanberis. I thought I said Borth, but it was a busy shop and blah blah blah, whatever. Anyway, she's booked me into Llanberis, which is at the top of Snowdonia, which is a 2-hour 40-minute drive away. Guess I'm going to Snowdonia. Right. The journey was long and fairly uneventful. I decided not to film, as I realised that in order to get there at a reasonable time, it was simply a matter of getting on and driving. Okay, so this is my room. It's a lot more luxurious than the other place I was in. 4 beds again, but there's actually plug sockets, so I can actually charge everything. Just super good. Oh, I don't know what to say, I'm just so tired. Ooh. The mountains are calling, but I'm like, I don't want to go. Super happy that I got this place and that I came this far. It changes the whole trajectory of the rest of the week. Like today, as I was leaving, the guy from the other hostel was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I don't know." And I for sure did not know I was going to end up this high up in Wales today. So, oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm currently trying to decide what to do tomorrow, kind of in preparation. I went down to the front desk and asked if they had another room for tomorrow night, and they don't. So that puts a bit of a spanner in the works, because it just makes it that little bit harder to decide what to do tomorrow, because that means I'm probably going to end up camping overnight. Good morning. I slept well, thanks for asking. I think I drove probably 5 hours in total yesterday, and it's just a bit much. I only passed my driving test like just under 2 months ago, so you know, I'm really pushing the boat here. What I'm going to do is drive over to this place called Bellegirt Forest. Hike out from there, camp somewhere really secluded, and make like a base camp, and then the next day, so tomorrow, I'll hike from that base camp to Snowdon Peak and I've never gone up Snowdon before, so good as time as any. Yeah, and then after I've done that hike, I'll then come back down the mountain and go back to the base camp in the forest, so I'll spend 2 nights there at the same spot. This is the forest here. And then Snowdonia Peak is up there, and then the pathway that I want to do is this one here called Watkins Path, which goes up like that. But to get from there to there, I've got to go around, because doesn't seem to be many pathways across this part of the mountain, so it would be easier to go around like this to there, across the road, and then up. But that is quite a hike. We're talking like, I don't know, 10 kilometres? Maybe a few more. And then once I get up there, I was then going to make a decision, because there's a few ways I can go from here. I can go this way along the Rangers Path, which is supposed to be really nice, and back down that way and across. Or if I'm running out of time or I don't feel up to it, I can literally just come down this one, back to here, and then this is literally opposite the forest there. And we're out. Bye house. No, that one didn't even feel like I was even there. Kind of just, I didn't even go and see what the kitchen looked like or anything. I was just like, no. Tired. going to go to the shop, get some food and supplies for my camping trip, and fill up the fuel in the car, and then go find some breakfast. So I will check in with you later on. Alright, I am all packed for camping. I'm going to be seriously loaded up, so I'm hoping that I find a camp spot nearby, fairly nearby. What do I look like, eh? Alright, let's go. Oh, do you like this? I just brought this from the shop. It's a little clip-on light onto my hat. Could be the best or worst thing I ever brought, time will tell. I'm pretty worried about carrying this weight because I did a wild camping trip with Andrew in January, which was just honestly the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It was just like this idea that we had to do this coast to coast in Cornwall, which is 36 miles, and we gave ourselves a weekend to do it, and we thought that's pretty easy, right? Nope. Wrong. Made me really appreciate how far miles are. It's currently 25 past 11 at night, and we've just summited Brown Willie, and also made me realise that I do not have equipment suitable for long distance hiking at all. Like, my hammock's heavy, my tarp's heavy, my sleeping bag's heavy, everything's heavy. Like, it could all do with replacing if I want to do some more long distancey stuff. Bag safely stowed away down there. Right. Yeah, I reckon this is a pretty good spot. I'm super secluded from the road. Like, I'd be a world surprised if anybody saw me here. Let alone we've got this massive boulder. This tree to that tree. I've made it back to camp with the second bag. And so we're actually on the other side. I thought I was going to set my doorway up over there, but I've switched it to this side. I did already know this, but basically this is going to be a super like midgie infested forest. I can feel them crawling all over me at the moment, so I'm going to be getting out here as fast as possible, and when I come back I'm literally just going to like get dressed and get into bed because they're just going to be crawling all over. I've set up my sleeping bag inside of the hammock so they won't get me in my sleep, because I've had that experience and I'm not doing that again. There's a forest trail that leads to a like a lake or something. It's not even that far away, maybe like a kilometre or two. So I was just going to go down there for the evening and get out of here because oh my god, they're everywhere. I think I've found where I'm having dinner, wouldn't you say? I was not expecting this at all. I thought it was going to be like a crappy little lake at the end of this thing, not like the most stunning place I've ever been to. Where am I and why do I have it to myself? I decided to have a paddle into the lake and enjoy the sunset and take it all in, promising myself that after a day of faffing about, I'd be up early in the morning to make the most of my hike through the mountains. Good morning. It's actually 6 AM, not 5 AM. I woke up at 5 and I was like, nah, can't do it. Bye house, see you later. We are walking. I haven't done a walk this early for a long time. The weather's looking great. It's so clear. I can see the peak. I want to go up the Watkins Path route because of all the waterfalls and stuff. It's supposed to be really nice. But that is quite a bit further down the road. So I've devised a plan of how to get there. Sorry, Mum. I'm not having a lot of luck here. I've walked probably halfway at this point. Morning commuters probably don't want to pick up smelly hitchhikers, so oh well. Here it is. And here we go. Uphill now for at least the next 2 hours. Super great. At least the walk over here has warmed me up a bit. We're certainly getting engulfed into the mountains. We follow along this river waterfall system for quite a while. It's super nice. I hate getting this far into a mountain hike because you don't know where, you can't see the summit anymore. Like, I'm just thinking, oh, I'm just going up there, but I guarantee you it's 3 times higher than that. Oh, God. The steps aren't that bad, they're just a little bit never ending. They're not super steep. I just feel like I keep going up. I mean, I know that's the idea. That is the summit up there in the clouds. I'm quite glad about that. I thought that it was a false summit and it was going to be bigger. It's really feeling mountainous now. Just when you get up to a certain height, everything just changes. It's so cool. I've just stopped for a well-deserved break. Wasn't filming any of that. It's just a slog. Just like that kind of hiking where you just have to keep a rhythm going. Otherwise you just stop every 5 seconds because you're just getting frustrated with it. But I'm up on a ridgeline now and I'm looking over at the last bit before the summit. So it's going to be like a real tough uphill section. One guy said it was only like 100 meters and then it's over, and then another guy said, oh, I don't know what he's talking about, he's being very optimistic. So I guess I'll just have to find out for myself. I can confirm it's very steep, but you can see the pathway that I've took up the mountain. wiggling its way up. That's really cool. I feel very achieved. Oh my god, this bit is certainly steep. The worst part is it's all crumbly, like, so you can't even just plant your feet and get momentum up. It's like you put your foot down and you slide. It's the most annoying thing ever. Fuck me, look at that view though. Yes. Not sure I'm gonna get a view. The fog's rolled in. Oh my god, I'm so nearly there. I just want it to be over. No more up. No more up. Glad I came. Wonderful view from the top. And the cloud has just come in, something crazy, so I am just in a rush now to get back down because I thought I was being an idiot bringing too many layers with me for the summit, but nope, I definitely needed all these layers. My hands are so cold, oh my gosh. That's the way I came up. And then this is the way I'm going back along that ridge. I decided to take the quicker route back down the mountain. I hadn't taken a proper break from hiking since setting off at 6:30 that morning, and with it being too cold to stay still once up in the mountains. That meant that by the time I got back down, I'd done roughly 9.5 hours hiking 13.5 miles with a 1,000-metre ascent. I think it's safe to say that by that point I had just one thing on my mind.
Hi there, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please? Hello,
And when I got back to the campsite, I just collapsed.
no more walking.
Good morning. I slept so much. I think I thought I was already going to have left by this time. It's about 10. But bloody hell, I literally went into a coma. There's no other way to describe it. Like, because I was lying in the same position as I was when I fell asleep, because I didn't notice that I fell asleep, and then it was 4:30 in the morning, and I was like, daylight! And then obviously went back to sleep again. But yeah, so I'm going to make this last bit as quick as I can. Because there's nothing else interesting happening. This is it. This is the whole trip. I'm heading back to my parents' house now, and then after that I'll be heading back to Cornwall. Still need to pack. I was sad to be hiking back to the car and heading home. This trip had been exactly what I needed. A solo expedition into the unknown. A reminder that although I have so many mad plans for the future, there's nothing stopping me from just going out and enjoying life right now. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for following along on this ridiculous adventure where I literally didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. I never know how to end videos, so I really hope you enjoyed following me around, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.